Do you constantly feel outplayed, outsmarted by smooth talkers, manipulative bosses, or cold-hearted nice guys who always seem to win? Today, you'll learn how to flip the game using 5 brutal yet brilliant Machiavellian rules that have dominated empires, boardrooms, and even modern relationships. If you're tired of being a pawn, this is your map to becoming the strategist. In a world ruled by deception, the honest man is devoured. Power is not given, it is taken, and those who understand this rule the game. I am Niccolò Machiavelli, and today, I will teach you how to dominate the minds of men through cunning, control, and strategy. These are not rules for the faint-hearted. These are rules for rulers. Let us begin. In the theater of power, your first mask must be that of virtue. The world praises goodness, or at least the appearance of it. Men are drawn to the idea of honesty, humility, and kindness like moths to flame. But those who wear those traits too openly, too purely, are often consumed by the very fire they attract. If you wish to outsmart anyone, your rivals, your superiors, even your allies, then let your image be as polished as a saint's, but let your mind operate like a general preparing for siege. Never show your true hand unless you intend to strike with it. Instead, show them what they wish to see: a trustworthy ally, a loyal friend, a harmless presence. Do you think the kings who ruled with absolute power were truly beloved for their mercy alone? No, they understood the importance of perception. They gave gifts, spoke with dignity, and aligned themselves with the language of virtue, not because they believed in it, but because it worked. They smiled in public while drawing up their conquests in secret chambers. The illusion of virtue is more powerful than virtue itself. Why? Because people believe what they want to believe. They do not look deeper than the surface, especially when the surface flatters their expectations, so become a mirror to their hopes. Let them see generosity in your words, even if your actions are guided by calculated benefit. Let them believe you are just, even if your justice is forged to serve your own ambition. This is not deception for the sake of cruelty. No, this is survival. The lion does not walk openly into the camp of men. He crouches, observes, and waits. You must do the same. If they see you as a threat too early, they will unite against you. But if they see you as noble, as harmless, as righteous, they will hand you the keys to their own defeat. Now understand this carefully. You must be virtuous when it serves you. Kindness is a tool. Generosity is a tool. Even honesty can be a weapon when wielded with precision, but never become their slave. Use them as a carpenter uses wood, shaped to build a stronger structure for yourself. Let others waste their strength proving their purity. Let them defend their name from slander, cry over betrayals, or beg for fairness. You, instead, will observe. You will smile, nod, and offer a comforting word, while inside your mind you are 3 steps ahead, calculating your next move. In court, in corporations, in friendships, every arena has rules. But the true game is always being played behind those rules. And those who understand that power wears many faces, those who master the art of seeming while scheming, those are the ones who rise. Not with chaos, but with control. Not with open threats, but with veiled strategy. Let your enemies see a man of honor. Let your allies hear the voice of reason. Let your competitors think you are predictable, even soft. Meanwhile, let your real thoughts remain cloaked behind 1,000 smiles. Because when the moment comes, reality is overestimated. What matters most in this world is not what is true, but what is believed. Perception is the real currency of power. Control how people see you, and you never have to show them who you really are. You can be weak and seem strong. You can be ruthless and seem righteous. You can be losing and appear like you're winning. Men judge with their eyes far more than with their minds. They do not take the time to dissect character or analyze intentions. They respond to appearance, to presence, to story. So, if you understand this, then your most dangerous weapon becomes not your strength, but your ability to shape belief. Do not waste time trying to convince people of the truth. Instead, make the lie look beautiful. Wrap it in confidence, in elegance, in certainty. It does not matter if the foundation is shaky. If the face of it is solid stone, they will bow to it. Let others waste themselves on facts. Let them scream and prove and argue. Meanwhile, you will become the master of shadows, the one who shapes what others think is real. Learn this. Reality can be harsh, unpredictable, and complex. But perception is moldable, and those who shape it can bend even the harshest truths to their favor. Do not mistake this for theatrical trickery. No, it is far more refined than that. It begins with understanding what people want to see. People want to believe in competence, in calm, in control. So even in chaos, you must appear centered. Even when uncertain, speak with authority. Let your tone command more than your words ever could. Your posture, your timing, your silence, they all contribute to your myth. A pause in speech can suggest depth. A glance can suggest certainty. A smile can disarm suspicion. These are your tools. Subtle, powerful, invisible. Use them to construct a version of yourself that is bigger than the truth. You see, once you control perception, you do not need to fight every battle. Others will fight for you. They will defend your name, protect your position, and eliminate your enemies. Because in their eyes, you are the ideal. They believe in the image you crafted. And in belief, people are loyal, even when the truth is long gone. A man who controls perception can walk through fire while others burn for him. He can make a mistake and still be praised. He can lie and still be trusted. He can lose and still look like a leader. This is not illusion, it is architecture. You are building an empire in the minds of men, and once it's built, it is harder to tear down than stone. There will always be those who whisper the truth. Let them whisper. Most ears are deaf to anything that contradicts the image they worship. If your myth is strong, reality will kneel before it. People will doubt their own eyes before they doubt you. That is the power of perception. Every man has a weakness. Every woman has a wound. Every mind, no matter how guarded, holds a crack, small, silent, often hidden, but always there. If your goal is to dominate, to control, to rise where others fall, then you must learn to find that crack, pry it open, and slip your influence inside like poison in sweet wine. There is no need to destroy everyone by force. That is the method of barbarians. The true strategist does not attack the body, he attacks the mind. The most efficient conquest is not one that breaks people, but one that bends them, slowly, willingly, unknowingly. That is the art of exploiting weakness. To do this, you must first observe. Become a student of human behavior. Listen more than you speak. People will reveal themselves if you are quiet enough to hear them. They confess their fears without realizing it. They speak of their insecurities through jokes, their pride through silence, their desperation through generosity. Watch how they move, who they avoid, what they defend. In every act, there is a clue to their soft spot, and once you discover it, do not hesitate. Do not pity, do not moralize, use it. If pride is their weakness, flatter them, but make your praise conditional. If insecurity binds them, offer comfort, but only after they obey. If ambition consumes them, feed it, but attach your leash to the reward. People are easily led when they think you are helping them chase what they already desire. In truth, they are walking into your hands, believing they are running toward their dreams. Kindness, when used without strategy, is weakness. But kindness, applied as leverage, becomes a trap dressed as a favor. Let them feel safe with you. Let them confide in you. Let them lean on you in times of doubt. And in doing so, let them become dependent. Because once dependency begins, control is not far behind. Remember, exploitation is not always loud. It is not violence, nor is it overt manipulation. The most powerful forms are soft, invisible, almost benevolent in appearance. You do not need to push people when they are willing to walk themselves into your design. You simply need to create the right pressure, at the right time, on the right spot. Mercy has its place, but it must never interfere with strategy. When someone's weakness stands between you and power, you must be willing to cut through it. Sentiment is the luxury of those who are not playing to win. You are. That means when you find the crack, you drive your advantage into it without flinching. That means you choose influence over innocence, results over righteousness. You may be judged for it, you may be called ruthless. But understand this, those who accuse you of cruelty are often the ones too timid to wield power themselves. The world is filled with people who wish they had influence, but never had the courage to take it. You are not here to be liked. You are here to win, and victory belongs not to the kind, but to the calculating. Ask any man if he wishes to be loved. He will say yes. Ask any ruler if he wishes to be feared. He may hesitate, but in his silence, you will find the truth. Because deep down, every powerful figure understands one eternal law: fear is a stronger chain than love. Love is soft. It is emotional, conditional, and fleeting. It depends on affection, on kindness, on the fragile mood of others. But fear is rooted in survival. It bypasses logic. It silences protest. It bends the will without needing to explain itself. When love fades, people forget. When fear is planted, they remember. I do not speak of cruelty for the sake of cruelty. A tyrant lashes out without reason and makes enemies of everyone. That is foolishness disguised as strength. No true fear, the kind that secures power, is calculated. It is deliberate. It is administered with the precision of a surgeon's scalpel, not the chaos of a butcher's blade. You must project an image that commands respect without needing to raise your voice. Your presence alone should disrupt comfort. The idea of crossing you should create hesitation. The memory of your reaction should echo louder than your words. That is power. That is fear. But understand, it is not about being hated. Hatred invites rebellion. Fear, when used wisely, creates order. It stabilizes. It prevents betrayal, not because they love you, but because they dread the consequences. They may not wish you well, but they will never dare to move against you. That is what separates rulers from subjects, lions from sheep. The weak chase love because they fear rejection. The powerful choose fear because they fear nothing. They do not need approval to act. They do not seek applause to validate their decisions. Their authority is not voted on. It is declared, enforced, and unchallenged. And that kind of power, the kind that walks without apology, is born not from being liked but from being respected, deeply, undeniably, and if necessary, with fear. To lead effectively, you must instill discipline, not dependence. When people fear you, strategically, not savagely, they respect boundaries. They do not take liberties. They do not test limits. And most importantly, they do not forget who holds the reins. But you must walk this line carefully. Fear must never become chaos. If your presence turns into terror, they will plot your downfall the moment you blink. But if your authority is clear, your limits firm, and your reactions predictable in their severity, they will not dare. They will admire your control, even if they never admit it. People desire safety, and oddly enough, fear can bring it. When they know you do not tolerate betrayal, mediocrity, or rebellion, they behave better. They perform. They remain loyal. Not because they want to please you, but because they cannot afford to displease you. You must cultivate this atmosphere with care. A single calculated consequence creates more obedience than 100 gentle reminders. A single public demonstration of your strength silences dissent far longer than any inspiring speech. Let them know that while you are capable of mercy, you are not obligated to show it. That while you are calm, you are not weak. That while you are fair, you are not forgiving by default. Fear, when harnessed with intelligence and restraint, becomes the most reliable servant to power, and those who master this truth will never need to beg for loyalty again. Power is not granted to those who wish for it. It is seized by those who understand the nature of men, the architecture of perception, and the ruthless elegance of strategy. The world is not governed by fairness, nor by virtue. It is governed by control. And those who master these 5 rules do not merely survive, they rule. Appear virtuous, but never be ruled by virtue. Shape perception, for it is stronger than truth. Exploit weakness, not with anger, but with precision. Be feared, not cruelly, but deliberately. And when the moment calls for action, strike without hesitation, without mercy, without doubt. You are not here to be a spectator. You are here to be the architect of your own dominance. So the question is no longer, can you outsmart them? The question is, will you? Because now you know how.